If you've ever strapped on a Garmin Fenix before heading into the backcountry, you already know what this series stands for. Durability that shrugs off years of abuse, battery life that outlasts almost anything else on the market, and a level of outdoor-specific functionality that mainstream smartwatches simply don't bother competing with. The Garmin Fenix 9 is the next chapter in that story, and based on everything we've seen so far, it might be the most refined version of the formula yet. In this review, we're going to walk through design, display, safety features, storage, performance, and battery life. And by the end, you should have a clear picture of whether this watch deserves a spot on your wrist. Garmin has never really needed to reinvent the physical design language of the Fenix line, and it doesn't look like they're doing so here either. What has changed is how the lineup is structured. Instead of a sprawling list of trims, colorways, and material combinations that made past generations genuinely confusing to shop for, the Fenix 9 reportedly narrows things down to 4 distinct models. An AMOLED version with satellite communication, an AMOLED version without it, a traditional MIP solar model, and a more accessible base edition. That simplification is, honestly, the headline story of this entire release. You're no longer choosing between a dozen near-identical SKUs that differ by a few grams of titanium or a slightly different bezel finish. You're choosing based on what you actually need, display type, and whether off-grid emergency communication matters to your specific adventures. That's a buying experience that respects your time, and it's long overdue. Build quality, as always with this series, should remain a strong point. Fenix watches have built their reputation on surviving drops, scrapes, saltwater exposure, and extreme temperature swings, and there's no indication that's changing here. If you're coming from a Fenix 7 or Fenix 8, the in-hand feel should be immediately familiar. Reassuringly solid, with the kind of heft that tells you this isn't a toy. This is where things get genuinely exciting. The 51mm AMOLED edition is reported to carry a larger 1.5-inch display, a real step up in physical screen size. That might sound like a small spec bump, but the practical impact is significant. A bigger screen means higher data density, more metrics visible at once without needing to scroll or cycle through screens mid-activity. It also means topographic maps render with more clarity, which matters enormously when you're trying to make a split-second navigation decision at a trail fork buried under heavy tree canopy. But bigger and brighter only matters if it doesn't compromise the two things Fenix owners care about most: outdoor visibility and battery longevity. AMOLED panels have to push serious brightness to stay readable in direct, harsh sunlight, especially at altitude, where UV exposure is more intense. At the same time, that brightness can't come at the cost of all-day, multi-day battery performance, which has always been a Fenix hallmark. This tension is genuinely the biggest engineering question mark around the Fenix 9, and it's the area we're most curious to test hands-on. For anyone who prioritizes battery life above all else, the traditional MIP solar model remains in the lineup, and that's good news. Memory and pixel displays are dramatically more power-efficient than AMOLED, and combined with solar charging, this variant should continue to deliver the kind of multi-week battery life that ultra-endurance athletes and long expedition trekkers depend on. It's not as visually vivid as the AMOLED screen, but for pure functional reliability in the deep backcountry, it's hard to beat. Let's talk about the feature that genuinely changes what this watch can do: satellite-based emergency communication. This is not a cellular replacement, and it's important to be clear about that up front. You won't be streaming music or scrolling social media through satellite. What you're getting instead is a dedicated, purpose-built lifeline for genuine emergencies. Moments when you've fallen off the grid entirely and standard cellular networks are nowhere to be found. For backcountry hikers, solo trail runners, and mountaineers, this is a genuinely meaningful safety upgrade. A bad fall in a remote canyon or an unexpected injury miles from the trailhead used to mean either carrying a separate satellite messenger device or simply accepting the risk. Now, that safety net is built directly into your watch. It doesn't try to turn the Fenix into an always-connected smartwatch. It deepens its identity as a serious tool for people who go where cell towers don't reach. Only the top-tier AMOLED model reportedly includes this feature, which makes sense from a cost and hardware integration standpoint. If satellite communication is a priority for your specific adventures, that's the model to budget for. Here's an upgrade that won't show up in flashy marketing screenshots, but will genuinely improve your day-to-day experience. 64 gigabytes of internal storage is expected to be standard across every single model in the Fenix 9 lineup. No more juggling storage limits. No more manually deleting regional map packages just to make room for a music playlist. In previous generations, this was a real point of friction. You'd load up detailed topographic maps for an upcoming trip, only to realize you had to delete half your music library to fit them. With 64 gigabytes as the baseline, that problem should essentially disappear. You'll reportedly be able to store multi-continent map data, a full music library, and thousands of logged activities simultaneously, without ever thinking about storage again. This pairs well with rumored processing improvements. Based on everything we know so far, the Garmin Fenix 9 looks less like a flashy reinvention and more like a thoughtful refinement of a formula that's already worked for over a decade. A simplified lineup, genuinely useful safety additions, standardized storage that removes real friction, and a display upgrade that could meaningfully improve usability in the field. This is shaping up to be a substantial, practical upgrade rather than a marketing-driven refresh. Is it worth it? If you're due for an upgrade in any of these specific improvements, satellite safety, storage headaches, or display size, have been pain points for you, the answer looks like a clear yes. If you're already happy with your current Fenix and don't need these specific upgrades, there's no urgency to jump immediately.